Ravi Prakash, a resident of Agra, has recovered from coronavirus but has still not found a way out of financial instability caused by the pandemic. It's been 2 years since he got a pay hike from his employer. Nonetheless, he's not one of those who have lost a job during this period. There are many like Ravi who belong to the middle class and are struggling to meet their financial needs, and all they want from the upcoming budget is some tax concessions on whatever savings they make. The government can at least increase the limit under the Section 80C of the Income Tax Act. After all, it's been 8 years since the government had last increased the limit of Rs 1.50 lakh under Section 80C. Under Section 80C, the amount of maximum tax deduction that one can claim is wholly availed through provident fund contributions. All those tax deductions that can be claimed on other investments like school fees of our children, home loans, life insurance and PPF go in vain. And this is really disheartening for the middle class. So, what are the current provisions? The Section 80C of the Income Tax Act allows you to claim tax deduction of up to Rs 1.5 lakh on annual basis on investments made and expenses incurred on the tuition fees of your 2 children, contributions made to your PF account, the premiums that you pay on the life insurance policy, and also on the EMIs that you pay on your home loan. When you combine all these investments and expenses, the total easily surpasses the limit of Rs 1.50 lakh. As a result, people like Ravi Prakash often get discouraged to invest anything above the limit of the Section 80C, and this ultimately affects people's overall savings. Ravi Prakash had to incur huge expenses when he was diagnosed with COVID-19 during the second wave. In addition, the medical expenses of his ailing father were also adding fuel to fire. Under Section 80D, you can claim tax deduction of Rs 25,000 on the premiums you pay on the health insurance cover for you and your family. If your parents are senior citizens, then you can avail tax deduction of up to Rs 50,000 on the premiums that you pay for their health insurance policies. However, Ravi says insurance can be claimed only on hospitalization. But what about those expenses incurred on medicines and OPD services of any private hospital? After somehow managing to ride over the financial instability caused by the coronavirus, Ravi is now focused on strengthening his family's health and financial stability. So, he's thinking of buying a term insurance plan of Rs 1 crore. But the premiums for term insurance plan have increased by up to 30% in the last 1 year. In addition, companies have also increased inspection before releasing the claim amounts. Even the premiums of the health insurance policies have risen by up to 40% in last 1 year. Just this dream. Ravi Prakash opines that Corona has taught people the importance of savings. Giving his own example, he thanks his own past savings that had come in handy in meeting the expenses of his treatment for COVID. In the upcoming budget, the government should come up with such provisions that would encourage people to increase their savings, he says. For this to happen, the government can increase the tax deduction limit to Rs 3 lakh under Section 80C. Even Ravi's logic was valid for this reason. The government has not raised this limit in the last 8 years. In 2014, the then Finance Minister Arun Jaitley had raised the income tax deduction limit from Rs 1 lakh to Rs 1.50 lakh under Section 80C. But this limit has not been increased in the last 8 years. But looking at the rising inflation, it has become all the more important that the government increases the limit in this year's budget. Ravi also wants the government to increase tax deduction limit under Section 80D to Rs 1 lakh for the salaried people. The same should also apply in case of parents. Looking at the rising inflation, this also is not a big ask. People had to incur expenses in the range of Rs 8 lakh to Rs 10 lakh for treatment of COVID-19 during the second wave. In the 2010 budget, the government had allowed tax deduction on investments made of up to Rs 20,000 in infra bonds. But this provision was made only for the financial year 2011 to 2012. Ravi wishes if government could once again introduce the infra bond in the upcoming budget. If the government could increase the investment limit to Rs 50,000 in the infra bonds, then this would further provide impetus to increase savings of the country. Additionally, this will also help the government in achieving higher employment and economic growth.